Hello and welcome to Generation 16, the series that showcases the history of Sega's Mega Drive. I'm Greg Stewart. I've been covering games for 20 years now. I co-founded Gaming Age and was the reviews editor for Electronic Gaming Monthly, and co-founder of the Player One podcast, one of the longest-running gaming podcasts around. Join me while I recap the history of Sega's 16-bit powerhouse game by game. On Generation 16, I focus on the interesting stories behind each title, big hardware launches by Sega and its competitors, and key news stories that shaped the console wars in the early 90s. Sega went from underdog to market leader and back again, and on Generation 16, we explore how. What are we filling? Greg-shaped what's? It's time for some Motorsport Manager. This, of course, was requested by a generous donor, Mark Faber, who's in the chat. Hey, Mark. Hey, Scoop Jessica. Don't normally stream on Wednesday nights, but Mark wants to check this game out. He's thinking about buying it. Doesn't make any sense to make him wait until like the end of the year for me to stream it, so I'm doing it tonight because honestly, I'd be playing it tonight anyway. Remember, want to raise some money for Extra Life? Stewart.ca. We'll take you to my Extra Life page. Please consider donating like Mark did. And of course, if you want to support me and this channel, hey Tommy, please subscribe, please cheer, please play Quest Mode. Please buy some merch. All right, so this is Motorsport Manager. This came out. This has been out on PC. This has been out on iOS and I assume Android. I don't know who has an Android phone. So I think I'm not gonna continue my season. I'm in the 6th season here, but I'm kind of at a point where I've maxed out for that season, so the races aren't exciting. I just kind of run away with everything. So we're going to start a new game so you can get a look at how this actually plays from the start. Hopefully that's helpful. Enter forename. And we're from... Where are we from? Slovenia. Female. We're 99. Oh, 2099. 99 years old. So we're a little wrinkly. We're going to leave this here. No facial hair. We need some glasses, though. We're 99 years old. We need some glasses. There we go. Drugs, D-drugs. All right, so you choose a backstory here because you can see it actually has effect on yeah, what's going on here. I'm going to add reliability. The one I played, I'm playing as an ex-driver, and my drivers definitely did improve quickly. Titanic age, that's right. So we're going to start with open wheel. So you can see where we start at Tier 4. And after every season, you get to choose which series you want, and of course, you unlock different tiers. So you see, you can start with open wheel or GT racing, then you go into the GT Challenger series or the IECB endurance class, which is this series I'm in right now. And of course, then European open wheel. Then you got the big boys, and of course, the ultimate one is World Motorsport, which is obviously Formula One. So we're going to start with the Tier 4 open wheel. Drugs racing. Well, that's no good. Let's see here. I'm going to go with... oh, or I could just do that. Rapid. Rapod. Rapid. Wonder if I can go the whole distance here. Yes, I might. You're right. But they tell me that testing's random. This is the team's car. Do I want to customize or randomize? I'm not going to customize because I'm just going to randomize. Well, we got to show the different livery styles here, so let's go with that. I kind of like that. We'll go with those colors. Why not? Welcome to Motorsport Manager. If you'd like a full tutorial, no, I know what I'm doing. Oh, but it's taking me through anyway. So I need to develop car, hire drivers, hire staff, build up DHQ. Hey, Gunstar. Thank you for the subscription last night, by the way. So yeah, these are the staff that you have to take care of. You take care of your drivers, engineers, and mechanics. You have to scout them all, although later on you can actually start a young drivers program. And you can graduate them to your team if you want. You have to build up your headquarters, obviously, and race. So first thing you see, so you see up here, and it's all blacked out right now, but you see right now it's telling me that I have, well, I'm assuming this is how this works, is that my drivers are the best on the grid. Hey, Scoop Joey. Ah, thanks, Gunstar. You see my staff, my engineers and mechanics are a little bit shaky, and my car is 7th best on the grid right now, is what this is telling me. So my drivers want a new front wing. So we're going to do this. Now, you have 3 engineers, and you can get them to focus on performance or reliability. I usually just go with whoever has the highest ranking, although this tutorial is not letting me do that. So I'm actually going to go for... I'm going to go for +5. Yeah, that's good. Tells you what you think it's going to be, takes the money away, and says, okay, now you got to wait 2 weeks for this to go. Oh, we're doing it right away. So now you see Bohan Kronk has a front wing that's only rated 32 for performance, and Akiko Morishige has a front wing that's not quite as good. So here you decide which car you want to put it on. Your drivers will be happy or sad based on that. I'm going to put it on Akiko's car because she's got a worse car right now. So we'll run through this a little bit more. So in the driver's screen you can see here, I'm not going through all these things. You can see here their stats. So the stars are basically how much they can improve. So Bohan can improve another star. Akiko is actually as good as she's going to get. So I can choose to scout drivers, but it's a little early to do that right now. Staff, same thing. So these are my engineers. They're the ones who are responsible for building the parts. And of course I can hire new engineers, although if you replace an engineer before their contract is up, you actually pay a penalty. And then these are the mechanics, and they're each assigned to a driver, and they give the drivers bonuses on race day. Car, build parts, obviously. So here's our headquarters. I'll show you the different tracks here. Hope you're enjoying going through it like this, because this is, I want to show what everything can happen here. So you get 3 different paths that you can take: development, drivers, and financial. And it's kind of the same thing. So you can see they're just a tree, and they all unlock different things, and they ultimately unlock these bonuses that you can get for every race if you get that far, although these perks are like 8 million to unlock. So let's start with drivers. So if I build a staff gym, the improvement points per race, so I'll get more improvement points per race. So let's do that. We're going to build a staff gym. So you see that number that just came down there in my overall finances? The number to the right of it is how much each race weekend is going to cost me. So right now I know, like, I have $4.3 million in the bank, and when I go to my first race, assuming I don't win any prize money, which I will. No, I won't. Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, I think I will. It's going to cost me $835,000 that weekend. And that's based on driver salaries and mechanic salaries. But, of course, you can get sponsorship to offset that. Now you have to upgrade your HQ to unlock some of these. But let's look at these offers. So here you got how long the race, so this sponsorship, how long the deal is per race. Some of them have an upfront payment. Some of them pay per race. Not every sponsor has a target position and bonus payment. And then the other thing you'll see down here is sponsor quality. So you want higher quality sponsors because then you'll attract even higher quality sponsors down the road. So even though the upfront payment, there is no upfront payment on Eve Technology, I'm going to go with Eve Technology. And I'll tell you about influence here in a minute. Rapid Seduction Racing needs some drivers who might actually smile on TV if we want to make banks. So your drivers also dictate the quality of sponsors that want to get onto your car. And we got one more here. So this one is this tail sponsor here, 7 races, but they want us to finish second or above to get that bonus payment. But we'll still get the influence immediately. So influence can be used for different things. At the end of each season, there's a political section where you vote on new rule packages. You can use your influence to affect that vote. When you have to sign drivers or scout for mechanics and things like that, you can spend influence to get better mechanics and better drivers. We can't do the supplier network right now. Yeah, you'll see here, GMA time until next vote is 6 races, which is basically the end of the season. Young driver program, I can't start until the end of the season, and I can't start developing next year's car until halfway through the season. So a couple things that'll happen too. Some of the perks you can get is that later on in the game, once you've unlocked the ability to do so, when you're developing a new car for next year, if you're having a bad season, you can actually decide to take all the R&D that's been completed on the new car and apply it to your current car, but it also stops development on next year's car. Supplier network unlocks a bunch of perks. I think that's it. So let's continue. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. We're going to race weekend. Dealing with sponsors. And the race bonuses you choose at the beginning of the race. So I can choose one of these 3. So, like, it's not realistic for me to think that I will actually finish second or above. It's a little more realistic that I might finish 9th or above. And, of course, 14th or above should be pretty easy. You can see over here on the left-hand side, I'm pointing at things. You can't see what I'm pointing at. It'll tell you the type of tires you're going to have available during the race, and then also that this track requires strong, like a lot of power and a lot of front downforce. So you see the cost for this race is down to is $485. But when I pick one of these sponsors, that cost just went down. So as long as I get that bonus, this race weekend's going to cost me a little less. And you'll notice, Mark, if you're a fan of especially F1 racing, a lot of these tracks are similar to real tracks. So you get, yeah, this is an interesting little setup. I'll show you the setup thing here real quick. And then, of course, you can choose which tire you want. So, okay, I want to send out crank. So you'll see down below there, I have mechanic skill level. It's 12 of 12. And you'll see these bonus setup cards are going to cost me between 1 and 4. It's randomized. So I can take this more expensive one. It could cost 2. It could cost 10 points. So let's see what happens here. Only costs 2. And you'll see I got a little bit of a boost there. So we got 0 to 4 and 1 to 4, but this is worth 6%, so we're going to do this. That costs 3. That kind of sucked. But I still have 7 left, so I'm going to try this one. Ah, that also costs 0. Now, okay, so one of 2 things can happen here. If I go for the 0 to 15 and it ends up costing more than 7 points, which it can do, I'll actually get a penalty on my car setup, and I'll actually go a little slower, I think. So I'm going to stick with the safe one. And you can see on the left there, you can only choose 4 perks per per qualifying lap. So you know with that. So now we're as far as we can go. And of course we're going to go with the ultra soft tires. You can see down here we can only see a little bit into the future as far as weather is concerned. So it's going to stay sunny for this race, or this qualifying session. So we're going to send out him, and now we're also going to do the same thing with Akiko. So she's only got 7 points to spend. So we go with this. That costs 4. That kind of sucks. Let's go for the Oda 2. That costs 0, so that's good. All right, let's go with this one and see if we can pull it off. That only costs 1. Fantastic. So I'll show you this now. We're going to take a risk here, because if this costs more than 2, I'm in trouble. And it costs 0, so I'm also in good shape. And now you'll see this means that her lap should be about 1/10 of a second faster than it would be otherwise. So you have different views here. Get a big overhead view if you want of the entire track. Or you can zoom right in on your car. Not a really useful view for the race. And they're just doing their outlaps right now. You can change how much information you're getting on that readout over there. And there's different... I kind of like either this view or this view. And, of course, I can jump up to see how my other car's doing. You see the sector times underneath their names. Just set a purple sector for my first car. The other one just did her best sector. So the thing is I believe that the setup in the qualifying actually affects your race pace as well. So we put one car on pole for now, and in second. Now we'll see if those times hold up. So now they'll automatically come back in. Let's go with this view for a while. And we're going to immediately go back out because we can continue to upgrade our setup. That one was expensive. So yeah, they stack. So I'm not going to take any more chances. I'm going to send them right back out. And same with her. So that was a risky one. Both risky, so I'm not going to... You know what? I'm going to risk it just to see what happens. Yeah, see, so I went over. So, disaster. That last week could not have gone worse. Let's get the car out there. We'll prepare for the next stint. And you notice my bonus just dropped like crazy. So now her car's not going to be set up very well for the race. And, of course, I can speed this up if I want to. Bohan's setting more fast times. Akiko's in trouble. I don't know that I have time to send her back out. I'm going to try, though. Take a risk. There we go. All right. Why'd that say disaster? Oh, it still didn't work. I guess I can't do anything about that. All right. She's not going to be able to get a lap in, I don't think. Nope, she didn't make it. So we just have to wait for everybody to finish. At least I got pole. So that means I got my first bonus from my sponsor, right? Akiko is 5th. So we should realistically be able to finish 14th or above. Yes, there is refueling. So in this race, you'll see that I have a set amount of fuel. when I get into, I'll show you later. I'll show you my endurance series where you actually set the fuel every stop, how much fuel you want, and then in I think the sport car series you choose how much fuel you want to run the race with as well. So we'll do the rundown of cars here. Rapid Seduction Racing. All right, so here you'll see. So you can do one of two things. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can do a lot of things. So we got a 14-lap race. So based on Bohan's stats, you see that ultra soft tires are going to last them 3 to 5 laps. Super soft 6 to 8. And, of course, soft 8 to 10. We got 14 laps. There's no refueling in this lap, at this level. And, of course, you got your intermediate and wets. So if I want to stay on super soft, I'm going to be lucky to do the whole race on one stop, or on ultra soft. So I'm going to go to, well, before we do this, let's back out. So you have other options here. You can tell them to tear up their tires, conserve their tires, or neutral. Same with fuel. So see now, his mechanic gives him an 8% super soft tire performance upgrade. So I actually want to go with super softs, and I'll pick this perk. If I didn't want to use the perk, I could build the relationship. And once the relationship with the mechanic gets to 100%, you get a second perk. So that means I'm going to start on super soft. Now I should have plenty of... I might be able to get through the race on 2 sets of super softs, actually. So he's ready to go. Fuel burns 3% slower. Also a good perk, because that means she can floor it. And I'm going to go with super soft on her as well. Yeah. All right, we're ready to race. All right, we're ready to go. Now your driver's got a whole lot of stats, which we're going to see later. Now you'll see I'm on worse tires than everybody around me. Everyone else in the front 5 started on ultra softs. So Bohan's going to fall back a little bit here. Might be easier to see at this level. Now I can tell either of them at any time that I want them to try to pass or speed up or slow down their fuel. And you can see there's a plus percentage below there. So that tells me how much excess fuel I might have. Akiko's not doing a great job making any passes here. She's actually falling back, I think. You can see there's no water supposed to be on the track, which is good. It's a hell of a chicane. Hit him with the blue shell. So you also see the car condition. You actually have to watch that, especially early on in your career. I've got the little icons popping up all over the place. If your car condition hits 0, obviously you fall out of the race. Now the other concern that you have, of course, is just like in F1, you don't want to pit both your drivers together because you'll end up stacking them. Which costs the second driver tons of time. Oh, somebody went into the pits. And I'm just letting this run at normal speed. But you can speed it up if you want. Akiko's hanging on there in 6th. Oh, a lot of people pitting. Now, chances are everybody here is going to do a one-stop race. I could be wrong, actually. This early in the season, that might not be the case. So you can get an idea of where everybody came out if I go up to this high view. Laps we got left 8. Okay, so I think I'm going to tell Akiko to pit so that she's ready to go. I'm going to put her on soft tires. No, she got 8 laps to go. So when she comes around, she'll only have 7. So, okay. So I know she's only going to put on another set of softs. No 2-tire rule here. And then she's at 52%, so we're not going to fix the car. Because you'll see if you look at the pit stop time at the bottom left, I decide to fix the car. Pit stop goes way up. So okay, Akiko's going to pit. And then once Bohan's past the pit lane, I'm going to tell him to pit as well. Where's she come out? She's going to come out pretty far down the field. All right, now we're going to tell him to pit. Same thing. Same strategy. Now we're going to tell her to use a little bit extra fuel here. See if she can make some passes. There we go. There's a pass. And Bohan came up 4th. Now she's actually learning short on fuel, so I'm going to put her back to neutral. We actually came out in 7th. That says 8th, sorry. But I can look at the top list there and see a lot of those people are running low on tire wear, so a bunch of them should pit in front of me here very soon. You see that green line on the left is telling me where I need to finish for my sponsors to pay me. Back up to 4th. Pushing for 3rd. Akiko's got to save some fuel, though. So you'll see her car's at 44%, so you kind of do have to watch that a little bit. Oh, back to 1st. The guy in 2nd's still got a lot of tire life left. Although I did just pass him. So let's see if we can put some distance on him here. Up the mixture a little bit. See, you can tell his stats aren't that good because he's using a ton of fuel when I asked him to do that. So we're not going to change our strategy at all for the end of the race. So I'm going to speed everything up. See where we end up. Although I'm really worried Akiko's not going to have the fuel to finish the race. Please don't run out of gas. In fact, she's trying to take third. But she's not going to do it. But we did win our first race. A little bit of data there. Fortunately, we didn't get 2 people on the podium, which kind of sucks. So you want to win the team and the driver championships. I never really look at all these. Oh yeah, so Bohan has actually gained a stat boost. And so has Akiko. Improvement points. Now you see she didn't get any improvement points in that because she's already reached her full potential, which is important for later. So yeah, like there you go. I didn't win enough to overcome my general cost for the race, so I actually lost money on that race. So where are we gonna start? We're gonna start in, yeah, okay. So I'll show you some of this stuff. Yeah, famous engineer available to hire, +2 setup stat to both mechanics, or paid drivers available to scout. So depending on where you go in the world, the different bonuses you unlock. I'm gonna go with this. And we have 1 idle target slot, so let's acquire Toronto private jets. So that'll take 2 races to actually happen, and you'll see here that I can unlock more bonuses. So +25 to mechanic relationships and +2 race start stat to all employed drivers. It is a lot of map dots. I'm in my 7th season and I still have I think most of Africa to cover. Oh, and we got our first HQ upgrade. He just called me pet. So you can... Oh, it won't let me do anything here. So, of course, you gain level ups as well. So I'll show you this. So we get the bonus. Free HQ building or 25 influence. I'm going to get a free HQ upgrade. Alright, so you see points available here. So here's where you can spend your points. You'll see the top number is the current stat for your driver. The bottom number is their potential. So once you hit those numbers in any of these stats, that's it. You're not going any higher. So Bohan's a pretty good driver. Let's see here. We'll go with we'll up a consistency stat. And I've actually got Akiko in the much better car. So we'll go to scout drivers here. So you can recommend it, show all the ones who are interested, and you can favorite some. They all have different, so you can see here like Sophia is 2.5 stars, but she has potential to go much higher. Prane is very low stars, but has potential to go a lot higher, but also has a contract. So you see what his stats are right now. You can spend some money to influence him if you want to try to get a contract with them. And you see up there, drivable series. He's only an open wheel driver. He doesn't drive sports cars or endurance cars. So you can buy parts, but I find buying parts is a bit of a pain in the butt. I'll show you here. They're expensive and they can come with issues. But if you don't have the money to, or you don't have the time, I should say, to develop your own new parts, you know, you buy these and they're instantaneous. epic brake mod. You can also try to bend the rules using your influence when you're building parts. So, okay, we'll look at our cars and see where we need to work. Oh, wrong one. So Bohan's car has a terrible front wing. And Akiko's car is a little bit better overall. So we're going to build a front wing. Another front wing. We're going to do reliability, and we're going to do more performance. Let's look what else. So we've got that. Let's go look over here. We want to be able to make our own brakes, and it's free. So let's do that. Got a new sponsor opportunity. 4 races, $500,000. Well, there's really no question which one is worth going for. Now my cost per race is much lower. All right, so what I'm going to do is actually going to get out of here and go to my current setup, my current game. But please remember that my cars and drivers are way overpowered right now in this one. Oh yes, there's the ERS here as well that you can control manually if you want. I find doing that with the controller is kind of rough. So you can let the drivers control it for you. So yeah, I've just been dominating this series. But we can see a little bit of difference here. So this is the endurance series. So I actually have 6 drivers. 3 for each car. I'm not sure if all 3 have to drive into a race, but that's how I've been doing it. And there's clearly a car that I stacked. So let's work on that. Tatiana, I believe, is a pay driver. That was the other thing I didn't point out when you go in and you scout the drivers. You can actually find drivers that you'll make money with every race. They're generally low stats, but they come with money. So just like in real life. Let's build in her consistency. And his overtaking needs improvement. Laurent is at his best. Actually, no, he's not. Huh, that's interesting. He was at his best. His potential actually went up. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Must have done something. This is one of my future superstars. She's awesome. And she has potential to be top driver, and Liu Jiang is champion, my last season's champion, and she's amazing too. So we spent those points. Oh no, we haven't. There's still somebody who we haven't spent points on. Oh, she had more points to spend. So this is my engineering, and yeah, they're pretty good shape right now. He's new, so his relationship hasn't quite built yet. Cars are in good shape. I'm not going to spend any more money on them right now. See, I've got my headquarters pretty much built completely. Supplier network is cray-cray. Yeah, I got to get into Australia. Like I said, Africa in general. A little bit of South America left to do. So there's next year's car. It's not estimated to be amazing, which is rough. I could spend some more money on it, but I'm not gonna right now. And there's my young driver program. So I've got 3 drivers who are developing at various rates. You can help them along after every race. And then at the end, you have the option to hire one of them. All right, let's go do a race here. Well, I think we have an off weekend first. Squilado. Oh, they've been good for my bottom line. Okay, so we have to get some more sponsors. Oh, I like these guys. Second or above, done. And you'll see what the end. You're gonna see what endurance racing looks like. It's a little different than what we just saw, and you'll see what season end looks like. Vamos. Same thing with you. You're a nice high quality sponsor as well. All right, let's do this thing. Last race of this season. You'll see a big difference here. So we're going to go for this payout, because I know I can spank the field in this series. At least I have been this season. So you can see this is clearly based on the Italian Grand Prix track. You can see it even has the old oval there that's not in use anymore. And so same thing. I'm going to spend some points here. Ooh, that one was expensive. All right. And we decide which driver we want to send out as the qualifier. I'm going to stick with Tatiana. And she's on the best tire, so we'll send her out. All right, let's do this thing. Now, the way this will probably work is Tatiana will set purple sectors, and then Ju will come right behind her and set them all even faster. Well, she is stuck with another car in her way, which does actually affect your qualifying time. Purple sector for Tatiana. Ju takes it. All right. And that's kind of how it'll stay. But we're going to go up for another round just because we want to get our set up a little bit better. Ouch. That was a bit of risk. But it didn't bite us. That might get us to max. It did. So we've got a perfect setup. Which, again, I think carries over to the race. We'll speed this up. And again, we just set better lap times. And there won't be time to really do anything else, so we're going to stop there. Just let the time run out. Hopefully it'll rain during the race, so you get to see how that works. That was a seriously hot lap. Alright, so we're not going to go through the whole lineup here. Alright, so looks like from up top here, it's not going to rain. Might as well work on this relationship. Her. Excuse me. So Tatiana is, you'll see here, time to danger, 18 to 20. That means that's as long as she can run before she gets so tired she wrecks the car. These two will last a little bit less time, so I'm actually going to switch to one of them to start the race. And so the longest she can go is about 14 minutes. So we'll find a tire that'll fit that, because we want to make as few stops as possible, so we're going to go with mediums. And mediums will last approximately that, so we're going to give us enough fuel to go the 14 minutes, just in case she goes that distance. So on this side, soft tires wears 12% slower, so that's good to have. So we'll look at her race setup. And these are the ones that are just going to run away with the race unless one of them crashes. So really, how long will the tires last? We can go with the hardest tires we want. So let's do that. Give her enough fuel to go 19 laps. 19 minutes, sorry. And let's go race. You see this race is a 45-minute affair. Although every time you cross the start-finish line, it will tell you how many laps are left, which I kind of don't like. Because the whole point is that, you know, you want the car to last for the entire thing, not just for X number of laps. But whatever. So you'll see there the fuel is counting down now. I could tell her to use more fuel if I want to. Both on different tires. Which this will stay close to first. Oh, you also see they're using ERS. That becomes active after the first lap's over. That's set to auto in my game. Oh, the other thing that I meant to show you is that you can prioritize a teammate. So if you got somebody fighting for a championship, you don't want their teammate to race them. You can send team orders during the race. So yeah, my car in second place is going to be dealing with a lot of attack from third. However, they're on softer tires, which means they will pit before she will. You see he's going for it right now, but they'll make extra pit stops. And actually, I've got Jang on really slow tires, so she might even get past. I actually, my second car actually won the race last time. Oh, she screwed up in the turn. So you see there, she just sent a radio message. She just said she locked up her brakes pretty badly, which is why she fell back. That's not good. I don't know if that affects tire wear. I'm guessing it probably does. I mean, my championship's already won here, so it really doesn't matter all that much. Although I do like to win every race. So yeah, there's actually a bit of a fight happening here for first. And they also spent, I think they took all their research for next season and put it to this car. That's that blue team. So they are actually faster now than they have been all season. Welcome to the chat room. Should I smile? I assume that's you. So you decided to buy it, eh, Mark? I think you'll really like it. I hope this was entertaining. So there you see everyone is pitting right now, or a lot of people are pitting. Yeah, a lot of cars in the pits there. And you'll see when I pit that there's actually more to it than there has been. Oh. So see, yeah, she's saying now that she's getting tired. You see the meter under her there is 22 out of 62. I usually let them go until they're a little under 10. Then I'll bring them in. Yeah, you kind of have to love racing to like this, Joey. She can go at least another lap. And you can see that we have a 14-second lead on third place at this point. And, of course, I'm letting these races run a lot slower than you'd have to. But I like to be able to control them a little bit. So Jiang doesn't have to come in for quite a while. But Anderson will need to come in very soon. In fact, I don't want to push. Yeah, I'm going to pit her now. So, okay. So, with her, we're going to do a driver swap, obviously. Tatiana has the longest estimated time, so I'm going to let her do the middle stint. That gives Anderson a chance to recover in case I need to do a third stop. So, she can go 18 to 20 minutes. The hard tires will go 15 to 18 minutes, so let's do that. Which means that I need enough. So I don't want to pit the car right now, which means I need enough fuel to go 18 minutes. Now, the other thing, too, the car condition is general repair. Every now and then they'll actually have collisions, and you'll want to fix particular parts of the car, which is a different option. All right, so they're going to pit. So you'll see now the pit stop consists of tire change, driver swap, and then refueling. Now she's good to go. And she is now down in 6th. But she's got 4 drivers ahead of her that are almost out of tire life. So she'll pass all of them pretty soon. And in the meantime, Jiang's got a 23-second lead. And all those people ahead of her Malho should also be a little more conservative on their tires right now, so she should gain some time on them. It is like Harvest Moon with race cars. Wow. Second place driver is really taking some risks with their tires. Okay, so her tires are getting bad now, so let's pit her. We're going to go for Laurent Turk. 19 to 21, so again, we're going to... Actually, yeah, we're going to give him hard tires. 20 minutes. 19 minutes. There we go. she's had a successful first stint by far. Like I said, this team is stacked. And that's because when I changed to endurance, I'd already run 2 seasons of the sports car series on this tier, on the second tier. So my team is super powerful for a second tier team. So this series has been a bit of a cakewalk. Almost everyone's on hard tires. How's the whole track looking here? Those clouds are definitely in the way. So you can see it gets pretty spread out in the endurance races. We're just running laps right now because it's the center of the race. Middle stint. In endurance racing, I haven't seen it a lot, but my cars haven't spent a lot of time in the pack. When I started the second tier, or tier 3, I guess it is, in sports car racing, and in the first tier in sports car racing, especially when I started those series, so I had mid-pack cars, I saw a lot of collisions. It wasn't overwhelming, but it was something you had to manage. Like, every other race, I probably have at least one driver who would need a small repair during one of his pit stops. It wasn't overwhelming. And the thing I liked about it, too, is that it tells you sort of how much it's affecting your lap time. So it's like, this will cost you like 0.2 seconds a lap. But it also degenerates as time goes on if you don't fix it. So sooner or later, it'll be costing you like a half a second a lap. So sooner or later, you'll want to fix it. And if the general condition of the car goes down to 0, you will have a retirement. I actually had one in the last race. The second last race I ran in this series. But yeah, see, being so far out in front in this series can get a little bit boring to watch, obviously. Like I said, I'll finish this and then I'll show you the year-end, the end-of-season interface. So I'll be bringing her in here very soon. Starting to catch up with the back of the field again. Laps, 16 laps left. Her car condition's starting to get poor. I'm not going to spend the time to do anything about it. I'm going to get out ahead of these guys. There we go. But now it's not. Now, of course, when you're lapping cars, you get blue flags. So generally, it's easier to lap. And that can cause problems for you, too. So even if you feel like you can be fast enough to get a lap back, the AI tends to heed blue flags pretty aggressively. Okay, we're going to pit Malo. There's going to be 12 laps remaining when she pits. So, Fabian. Oh, Fabian got kidnapped by the mob a couple races ago. I had to pay them $1.5 million to get him back. Wasn't expecting that. And there'll be 14 minutes left. So we're going to go with a medium tire. Yeah, that should do it. Let's be safe. Nah, I don't want to be safe. Yeah, let's be safe. All right. The Maple Syrup Mafia. Did you watch that yet? I always ask that, and I think you guys always tell me you already did. So we've got a 1-minute lead on third place. I'm sure it's happened before. I just remember seeing it and being like, oh, okay. That's a thing. Third place is not far behind, but he's going to be pitting soon. Oh, maybe not, actually. Sticky situation. Now we just need the beginning to CSI to play. Man, Laurent is so far out in front. He's losing his focus. Tires are seriously worn. All right, let's pit. So we'll put our third driver in here. Anne-Marie. She's my future superstar. There's 9 minutes left. Means we'll stay with the mediums. Oh, we've lapped all but the top 5 cars. And we're off. And now nothing's really going to change. Although McFarlane's car is looking a little bit shaky condition-wise. We're going to speed this up because I'm not doing anything else unless there's a problem. Well, there is quite a while left, I should say. But my strategy is complete, so... as long as McFarlane's car stays in good shape, we're fine. Let's see if we can lap inside the top 5. There we go. Yeah, it's like they reverse the direction and left-right turns of Monza to create this track, pretty much. Just enough not to get sued. And that'll be some championships. So here's the season end interface coming up. Now, I don't know how this is going to work because I'm going to switch series, and I doubt I need 6 drivers. So this is going to be interesting. Slave drivers. Yeah, that's us. Anne-Marie's also a woman. Not a he. Yeah, okay, so here's where your young drivers are. So you can see where the potential is. So Ayrton, great name, by the way. It's probably in the, yeah, definitely the best. Although Ludovico Drogo definitely has more potential. His work ethic sucks though, so I'm going to give plus focus on him. Made $1 million. So these are the perks that you get by completing your HQ. So I'm going to do that. Because I want money. Well, we finished acquiring some supply. Oh, wow. We've got lots of slots open for suppliers now. So let's move into Australia. Darwin Haulage Company. And anything up here? No. Get into Africa and South America. I'll just check and make sure I'm not missing any bonuses, which I'm not. There's a couple I haven't unlocked yet. Alright, so I'm going to finish by assigning points. She's pretty great. I kind of like to hang on to her. But I don't know that I can. She's not as good. And he's not bad either, actually. Lord Herc, though, has gone past his potential, which is going to make the end of the season even more difficult, because Anne-Marie looks like a superstar. Like, her potential is 20 across the board. You got to keep a driver like that. And her potential's crazy, too. I think maybe once they hit a certain age, maybe they get more potential. So I can't build any new parts. I can start work on more headquarter, but I'm not going to right now because I can't afford any of it. And let's end the season. So we won 26 million for that. And we got some champions. Well, maybe that's why my potential for my car is so low. Did you see there's a technology cycle down there as well? That's why the potential's so low. Yeah, at least we got team of the season. It's another $250,000. So now I want to move on to a different series because I've destroyed this group. So we're going to move over to the European Racing Series. You'll see 2 spec parts, which means that there are 2 parts that I won't be able to build no matter what. Yeah, see, now I got to get rid of 4 drivers. Oh, I got to keep these 2. Plus, she's super cheap. Look at the cost per race. See you, Laurent. Yeah, I'm guessing it never ends too, although I don't know. Maybe if you win every championship. So politics. So here's where the voting is. So they want to add a track to this. It tells you it's good for wealthy, bad for struggling. You can vote against, for, or abstain, and you can actually add additional voting power if you want. That's where the influence comes in, which you can see I barely ever spend. Oh, Gens looks like it's going to win. Wow, okay. Okay, so young driver graduation. If I'm going to graduate... So the other thing to remember, and I haven't paid close enough attention to this, you can only hire one driver from a young graduate program or young driver program. The other two will go into the system, so you could end up driving against them. You know what? I'm not gonna hire any young drivers. Sorry, guys. I have two amazing drivers right now. So let's see. I don't know what her... Do I need to renew both their contracts? That's one thing that I found is... Okay, expires after the current season. And what about her contract? Doesn't say. Where's her contract? Ooh, I haven't dealt with an injured driver before either. And her sponsor appeal is poor. So I don't think I need to... Don't see where... Oh, there it is. It expires after next season. So I've got her contracted for one more season. But Liu Jiang, I don't have contracted for another season. Right? Yeah, because we've already finished 2024. So, okay. I'm going to renew her contract. Now I can influence her. In fact, I'm going to influence her. Oh, but she's already interested in staying with me, so... Although, she wants a lot. So, driver's patience, she has 3, which means that I have 3 chances to give her a deal she's going to like. You can see she wants to be number 1, which I'm definitely going to give to her. She's worth a lot. She prefers short contracts. Oh, wow. She is going to cost me lots of money. I'm going to go up to $1 million a race. She's got a lot of potential, though. Oh, I didn't get there. Okay. Let's go up again. Give her this. Nope. Don't want to lose her. My other driver's super cheap, so let's give her a big signing bonus. Didn't make it. This sucks. Okay. Cooling off period 90 days. See what we can do. Spend some of that influence we never spend. Let's try again. Give me number 1. You know what? I can afford it. I'm going to give her a huge signing bonus. There we go. My race weekend costs are crazy. FFS. All right. Okay, we're not doing anything else there. In the negotiations, I got my drivers in place for the season. Yeah, my car is not great. Oh, so there are some spec parts in this series. Means Final Fantasy VI. So you can see, yeah, I need to sign an engine supplier. Base performance is high on this one. I'm gonna go with this. Now we do some testing, see where the car actually ends up. I don't think it's going to be very good. I think it's going to be a mid-season, mid-series, mid-pack team. But I've got great drivers, so hopefully they'll make up for it. I mean, they're a good 4 seconds faster than the next team. Hopefully this... Ouch. So I got stuff to work on. I'm not sure what all these bonuses do yet, to be honest. Oh, no, I guess I do have a good car. It just doesn't feel like it for some reason. Yeah, I think I'm going to sign some young drivers again. I'll invest. Because I think Chu Jiang's going to be super expensive next season. She's super expensive now. So let's see here. Kohlberg's got lots of potential. Very unstable. Well, I like that number, so start there. I like that the ego's low on that, on her, so I'm gonna get her. And there was another very high medium esports racer. All right. And the new season begins. See if we can get one more race in here. That's right, I'm not planning on staying here for long. So one of the things that I like to come in and do is that I don't need to hire a new engineer right now, but any that I know I wouldn't hire, I want to clear the prospects out just in case. Like there's no way I'm hiring him. So reject him now so it leaves a slot open. That'll fill automatically over time, or if I really desperately need someone, I can use my influence to actually get somebody in that slot. Let's see. That's still being built. That's still being built. Oh, I have nothing left to build in here. Don't like a lady with an ego. Not if I'm paying her to drive a race car. Oh. Gotta get me a new sponsor. Yes, I will take your $1 million sponsorship. Thank you very much. Let's do this thing. Let's play it safe here and do third or above. Hopefully that's safe. Same track. Might be a slightly different configuration. You see that can happen sometimes. All right. Ouch. It's more expensive than I was hoping. So you see I've got 3 here now, right? I think you probably noticed that last time too. Go on out, Anne-Marie. This has been cruel so far. Wow, Zhang can go as fast. Interesting. These drivers are way more evenly matched than the last time. Those soft tires are used up fast, though. 3 laps and they're already at 50%. Yikes. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not taking that chance again, though. This should get her to perfect. Perfect setup. Yep. Let's do it. Oh yeah, Zhang's gonna kill it. She better for 1.5 million. I wonder if I can do a perfect setup with Stevens if I can just get enough time. Go. Don't know that she'll finish a lap, but come on. Come on, get there. There we go. As long as you cross the start-finish line before the time's up, you get to finish your qualifying lap. Can she take the pole away? I think she can take the pole away. Oh, boy. 0.016 seconds. I think I'm going to have 2 drivers fighting each other all season. They're my Senna and Prost. Oh, it's rainy. Haha. Cool. How much farther ahead are we? And we're 3 seconds ahead of everybody else. So I was wrong. Fuel burns slower. Let's build that relationship. That's more important right now. So it's only supposed to rain for about half the race. Sure, let's take that if we ever get onto soft tires. Let's go race. Now, will I leave the rest of them in the dust? And will my drivers wreck each other? Oh, she spun out. Okay. Stevens has got a lot of space to make up now. Now the question is, could she get back through the field? She's passing 4 or 5 cars a lap, or a turn. Don't spin out this time. Meanwhile, Zhang's out front pulling a Hamilton. Come on. There we go. Stay on the podium at least. Uh-oh. Time to come in for inters already, huh? Yeah, okay, sure. Zhang wants them too. Well, she's far enough ahead that I don't think we'll be stacked, but we'll see. I hope not, because otherwise I'm screwing my second driver. "13 seconds. Should be okay. Please be okay. Almost 14 seconds. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, perfect. That could not have gone better. Everyone else is staying out on wets. They'll all stop next lap. I hope. Okay, let's get you moving a little bit. Come on, everybody pit. Look at that. Look at all the cars that went in. 18th to 2nd. And in 10 more minutes, it's going to dry off. Actually, this differential's a good thing. Oh, safety car. It's going to get sunny fast. Should I try? Do I want to? You know what? I'm going to try slicks to see how it goes. Don't know if that was the right move, but we'll see. Nope. You're staying out on slicks. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's see how good you are. Water's dissipating fast. We got another lap to kill. That's what I thought. No, we should not be out on inters right now. Do you have time to duck in? Duck in. Duck in. Yeah, there you go. So we may have just won Stevens the race. Although Jang's still right behind her. Or we put on the slicks too soon and they're going to crash in the first turn. Oh, a lot of people are doing it now. Look at that. There is no safety car. Look at that. Ah. In a minute. Put you back up to neutral. Don't crash. Yep, look at that. Sun coming out. Flat spotted the tires. Come on, girl. Stop doing that. That we're 20 seconds ahead of everybody else. Well, that's because everyone else pitted. But they're also on softs. They're not going to catch us either way. Jang doesn't seem to be catching her. Yeah, I'm definitely the Mercedes of this series. Question is, can my drivers race each other? She is catching, but not fast enough. Get into that 2-second mark? No. She can just about get there. Attack. See what you can do with it. I don't think you can do anything with it. Not bad. Spin and a win. Stevens pulled off a Danny Sullivan. There you go. So that was Motorsport Manager for the Nintendo Switch. Mark, I'm glad you went out and bought it. I'm happy to think that this actually affected that, because it's a good game, and I feel like people who have a remote interest in it should try it out. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the extra stream tonight. It was my pleasure to do it, because again, I would have been playing this anyway. I will be back tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, to play Jack Ryan Radio of the Future for another donor request night. So hope to see you there. Have a great evening. Good night.